I've just finished my research into the codes and conventions of the thriller genre, and I'm now entering the initial planning stage for the opening. For my thriller, I plan to create sort of like a psychological crime sort of thriller revolving around a killer and detective who is desperate to find him. However, I do understand that it is only the opening to a thriller, therefore I think it would be best just to establish a protagonist and antagonist setting up for the rest of the film. After I watched a number of AS openings, I noticed that many of these, they do use the codes and conventions of a thriller, but they don't resemble an opening to a film, as it often, the storyline just sort of ends and it will leave the audience confused about where this will be taking them. Therefore, I think it'd be best to go with the sort of approach that Seven and Argo taken, just basically setting up a storyline for the entire film. For example, with Morgan Freeman as a detective looking at a dead body, and Iranians rioting and having Americans trapped in a building. So I feel it would make a more realistic film opening by doing that. And location-wise, I think it would be much better to use liminal locations like alleyways and hotel rooms, as it make the audience feel uncomfortable. Like this killer could be lurking anywhere. He could be in the cinema with you right now. And I also like the idea of using like a certain time era, so then you can like play around with the mise en scène and the props and the costumes. Like if you want to create like an 80s sort of theme to it, you can use 80s music, and you'd be hinting at the audience about when this film was set without having to boldly tell them. So yeah, that's all I've got so far, but I'm gonna start planning some basic shot types and script for it, and I'll probably post more when I've done it. Yeah.